Hello, my name is Keith Haswell and I'm a professional astrologer with 40 years experience in the business now, over 30,000 clients worldwide, and I've got tens of thousands of students worldwide as well who watch my videos and listen to my CDs out of my books. And it's my pleasure to welcome you to this particular video on personal depth. You know through the power of your intuition that you've lived before. We are all on a journey coming home to God, Goddess, all that is. And on that path, our task is to continue to grow and reach and stretch to become more of who we really are and to develop our personal depth. To have and express personal depth. Now there's an old saying in metaphysics, and that is that the steps to getting there are the same as the qualities of being there. And there's a lot of truth in that. So if you're told that the steps to being a loving person is to stand on your head for 30 minutes every day and say a lot of ohms, well, is that how you're going to be when you are a loving person? No. Whereas if someone says to you that to be a loving person is to love and give and care and share and to get to know and to be intimate, to be close, to be tender, they're the steps to getting there, the same as the qualities of being there. Now in this path of growth we have a number of different energies that we're dealing with. And the energies that I'm going to deal with here, and in order to get to become a valued person and to have personal depth, are generating energies. A person with depth has generating energies. A person with personal depth utilizes and expresses generating energies. The first of these generating energies is trust. They trust themselves. They trust their bodies, but not only do they trust their bodies, they trust their emotions, they trust their mind, they trust their intuition, and most importantly, they trust their spiritual self, which is a synergy, a whole that is greater than the sum of the parts. And this in turn means that they learn to trust their spiritual will and they learn to trust their power. The second generating energy is value. They value themselves. They recognize that they have value even though the impact that they have in their world may not be very large exteriorly. It is still appreciated by those that in their world, those that they love. They utilize and express that value even if it is only with one or two other people who are their close intimates. So to be a valued person, you don't have to have massive impact out there as a general manager of a company or anything like that. You can be a valued person just with having your relationship with your spouse and with a dear friend, perhaps with your children. And your impact is valued. Their impact is important and valued by their respective intimates. That there are people who count on them, who rely on them and value their participation. So a person with depth realizes that they are appreciated and valued by those in their world. And what this means is that from this relationship with these intimates and loved ones, they're able to say that I am not able to overcome my addictive patterns of behaviour, or I am not able to overcome my weaknesses and my faults and my limitations, but for you I am prepared to make a change. And so you inspire me to change. That is the energy of a valued person. The second generating energy is value. They value themselves. The third generating energy is gratitude. Not necessarily expressed, but felt inside as an interior state of being. Gratitude for all the good things that they have in life. Gratitude for their health. Gratitude for their abundance if they enjoy that. Gratitude for the love that they receive from their loved ones. Gratitude for the respect that they receive from their loved ones. And gratitude for their understanding, to whatever degree that they're able to understand the nature of reality and their place in that reality. That state of mind is a quiet contentment. Gratitude for their personal health, gratitude for their financial abundance or security in their life, gratitude for the fact that they're able to communicate intimately with those close to them, gratitude for the warmth and love that they feel in their family unit and domestic unit, gratitude for the fun that they enjoy in their social life and their life of intimacy and entertainments and amusements, gratitude for meaningful employment, gratitude for the relationship of intimacy and closeness with that special spouse or partner, gratitude for the capacity to change, gratitude for their capacity to expand, gratitude for the respect that they have in the community, gratitude for the friendships that they enjoy, and gratitude for the opportunities to have solitude and to have aspiration toward the divine. We all have so much to be grateful for. The fourth generating energy is joy. Not all the time, as a manic would be, but to realise and recognise that there are things beyond their needs that bring them joy, that bring them pleasure. So the first quality of a person with depth, with personal depth, are the generating energies of trust, value, gratitude, and joy. The second quality of a person with personal depth are what I call sustaining energies. Now you know about the tools and you know about the raw materials. All of us in life have the same raw materials, and they are our attitudes, our beliefs, our thoughts, our feelings, and the decisions and choices that are sponsored by those attitudes, beliefs and thoughts and feelings. And we mould and shape those raw materials into the events and conditions of our life with 3 tools. Nobody has any different tools. And those 3 tools are our desire, our imagination, and our expectancy. Now, raw materials and tools will give you technical ability. The ability to be a technician, in other words, a technician of manifestation, a technician of creating your reality in accordance and compliance with your conscious choices instead of most of the time, as it is now, through subconscious choices. Technical ability. Generating energies, which I've just laid out before you, will give you artistry. So the raw materials and the tools give you technical ability. Generating energies give you artistry. But when you add this third, the sustaining energies, that gives you mastery of manifestation. It makes you a master of manifestation. Now, the first of these sustaining energies is discipline. Now, the first reaction that you get to that word is from the adolescent within yourself. And make no mistake about it, we all have a living, breathing child there inside of ourselves. We all have an adolescent inside of ourselves. They are eternal aspects of our soul and eternal aspects of our personality in every single lifetime that we come in. We have an infant, we have a child, we have an adolescent, we have a young adult, we have an adult, and we have a spiritual adult. So we're very complex beings. And the adolescent inside of yourself says, oh, discipline, I've got to do this, I've got to do that. But I'm not talking here about an imposed discipline, imposed upon you by others, but a chosen discipline. And that chosen discipline is to have what I call follow through. To have, in other words, a self-chosen discipline to improve yourself and to do regular study, research and investigation. You've got a whole bundle of information there that's available through my website and through my videos and through my CDs. You've got a whole plethora there of incredible energies to have the discipline to commit yourself to regular meditation every day, even if it's only just for 5 minutes. It's regularity that's important in this task of becoming a person with personal depth. It's regularity in the meditation process that generates a whole bundle of energies inside of yourself that works in the subconscious mind to bring about aspiration, motivation and change over a period of time. And to be able to perceive life from a spiritual perspective, that's vitally important. To commit yourself to regular exercise, to love yourself, and to have right diet and exercise on a daily basis. Even if it's only exercise for 5 minutes, it's setting up a good habit pattern. When you have the self-chosen discipline to commit yourself to regular exercise, regular meditation, right diet, you are not just setting up a positive habit pattern, but you are stopping a negative habit pattern. A negative habit pattern of not meditating daily, not studying regularly, not committing yourself to right food and diet. And also regularity in your sleeping patterns is very important, to get the right amount of sleep every night. To love yourself. So that's what self-discipline is all about. And that is a sustaining energy. The second of the sustaining energies is ownership. Own your failures and your shortcomings, because when you own something, you can do something about it. If you want to point the finger of blame and say, my predicament in life, my situation in life of relationships not working out for me, or having a financial struggle, is all because that boss fired me, or all because I was abused as a child, or all because mother didn't love me good enough, or all because mum and dad broke up, or whatever. If it really is the ex-spouse or the ex-boss or mother or father who did it to you, then only they can fix it. And so therefore you've got to hope that somehow they're going to be able to turn around and fix it for you. But if you own it as something that you may not have created, but as something that you allowed into your reality, whatever that was, and you own that, then you can change it. Does that mean that you have to blame yourself? Who can you think of as a better person to blame? But I don't suggest the energies of blame are ever going to achieve anything. You're not looking for blame, you're looking for healing. So if you have ownership and you recognize that on some level you may not have created that, but you allowed it, find out what part of yourself allowed that and heal that part of yourself, and that is a sustaining energy there of ownership. Ownership means having the power to do something about it, and that is a sustaining energy. Ownership also means to own your success and to realize that your successes are generated and created by you. The third sustaining energy is intimacy, closeness, tenderness, vulnerability, trust with yourself. To be intimate with yourself, to know yourself, to trust yourself, to be close and tender with yourself, and to trust yourself. The third quality of a person with personal depth is continuous creation. Continuous creation of meaning, destiny, personality, and image. Do not allow meaning, destiny, personality, and image to become stagnant. Meaning for life and destiny are not something that is given from on high, that God bellows out of the clouds and says, "This is your destiny, son. This is your destiny, my dear." They are self-chosen in the absurdity of physical reality, in the absurdity of terrorism, in the absurdity of poverty, in the absurdity of ignorance. That you say within yourself that I am not going to stand for this. This is absurd that there's this terrorism, that there's this ignorance, that there's this poverty. And I am going to choose a destiny of doing something about it. First of all, by changing myself and by expanding my own consciousness. Through the expansion of your own consciousness about the nature of reality and your place in that reality, you radiate a resonant wave of causation out there into the world of human living and thinking that has impact upon millions of people all over the world that you will never meet. That can be your destiny, chosen by yourself in the midst of the absurdity of physical reality with its terrorism, poverty, and ignorance. You can make a difference. You have that power, and that is a worthy destiny. The fourth quality of a person with personal depth is character. Having ideals and principles and living by them. Qualities of trust, reliability, punctuality, responsibility, honesty, and integrity. Having ideas and opinions and standing by them. That's character. Ideals and values are things that you know that you will never ever fully attain, but you become more of your truer self and your personal depth in the striving. Principles are the boundaries within which you will live your life. So what I've said here and shared here with you is quite sufficient on this particular topic. And where do you go from here? Well, if you haven't had your horoscope done by me yet, go to my website, to the Your Horoscope page of my website, and submit your birth details. That gives me an opportunity then to relate with you and to communicate with you and to share with you some of the things that I've learned along the way, to help you to become more of the giant that you truly are. I send you your horoscope chart together with a link to all of my videos, 135 videos there, on all aspects of personal and spiritual growth. And you can watch them in your own time, at your own speed. And I send you 12 CDs out of my first book, What Really Matters, free of charge, with my voice, with beautiful backing music, on all aspects of personal and spiritual growth. Meditation, reincarnation, astrology, how it all works, how it all functions, how does reincarnation work, to help you to become more of the giant that you truly are. There's just so much there to learn. And there's also horoscope number 2, which is only $10. That is a beautiful 20-page printout all about you, because you are not just a sun sign or a rising sign. You are also an emotional being, depending upon the location of the moon, by sign and by house placement. And you are a mental person, depending on the location of your Mercury. Venus rules your love nature. Mars rules your energy levels. Jupiter rules your higher mind. Saturn rules your practicality and organizational ability. Uranus rules your intuition. Neptune rules your spirituality. And Pluto rules your capacity to transform yourself. The location of all of these planets at the time of your birth makes you an individual. There won't be another person born with the same horoscope as you for another 25,000 years. You are quite a unique individual. And don't worry if you don't know your time of birth precisely. We do a different type of horoscope that's called a solar chart, using the sun as the rising sign instead of the ascendant. And that's just as reliable. So this is what I'm offering to help you to become more of who you really are. And then if you want to go further, you can go on into my intensives 2 and 3 out of my second book, Coming Home, An Eternal Journey, a book about quantum physics and the holographic nature of reality, and help you to become more of the giant that you truly are, to expand that intuition, to expand that personal depth. You are a person who has a great deal of power, strength and talent there inside of yourself that's wanting to get out. You have a lot of goodness, truth and beauty there inside of yourself that wants to become expressed. So commit yourself, have that character that is spoken about here on this video. Commit yourself to regularity in your daily meditation and your daily study routine. Commit yourself to expand that understanding so that you can manifest the events and conditions into your life by conscious choice instead of by subconscious choice, according to your attitudes and beliefs and your thoughts and your feelings. So I thank you for your attentiveness here. It's nice to have this opportunity again to be able to share some things that I've picked up along the way, and to help you to understand that God and Goddess love you, and they know your name, and they want you to become all that you can be and more. So I thank you for this time together, and I look forward to working further with you should you decide to go further. Thank you.